In this video, we're going to go over enhancements made to mark-to-market price schedules on for Levridge 2025 R2. One enhancement that's been made in the mark-to-market is we have enabled multiple commodities to be put on one price schedule. That's and also a way to default pricing in on items that do not use a board and a basis price. So, and that's done through a new screen that we call that's set up for flat pricing. So if we look in flat prices, it's under risk management. And in this screen, you're able to set up for a commodity that doesn't have the pricing that you want to do on the mark-to-market, and you set an effective date of when these records will be good for, this pricing on this will be good for. So when you go month to month, you can continue to add on. And some things to note when you're entering in and setting up flat pricing is you put in your commodity, obviously, and then one thing is you can do it down to the branch level. You can have separate pricing, and you can have it separate pricing based off of it's a purchase or a sale. Also, you can have separate pricing down to a market zone also. If you do not enter in a branch, then that will be that pricing could be applied to any branch. In this case, I got one set up here that will just apply to any branch that I select on my price schedule, or it will look first at the branch to see if there is one set up for that specific branch. Then it'll use that pricing. If it doesn't find that one, it will go back and it'll find the one that if you have one set up where no branch is there, it'll use that pricing. And it'll base it off of purchase, sales, or market zone. So how this works is I have a pricing schedule set up here that I've set up my nearby and everything for one specific branch. I've picked two commodities. There's one commodity here does not use any board or basis, and the other one does. So now when you click initialize, it works just like before. It would goes out, looks for purchase contracts, sales contracts, trades, and it will find the different combinations based off of the commodity, market zone, subzone, branch, ticker, delivery, and type. So that's how it fills in the lines. And the one thing to note here is since we are allowing multiple commodities, we have added the commodity column onto the pricing lines here so that you can see which commodities they are assigned to. Once this is loaded, now when you click on load all board prices, for the non-border basis items, it will look to the flat pricing setup that you have, and then it'll fill in. It'll find the associated pricing. It'll just add it for those lines. Also, at the same time, it will look at for the commodities that use a board and a basis. It will look to the board price setup right here to assign the pricing on those lines, and that's the same functionality as what currently exists. You can also, and then as before too, you can do a load basis prices. Some other things that have changed because of this is when we run the mark-to-market, there have been some changes made. So we'll just refresh things here, and I'll recalculate. So now for this pricing, price schedule, it goes through by commodity. It finds all of the different areas. This first grid has changed, so now um, it's a list view, so that it'll list out everything. So for all of your commodities and all of your different sections, purchase, sales, inventory, and give you your totals uh, by those components, and in over here, and gives you an overall total. And if we look through the other lists of the details on the mark to market, we've added commodity so that you can query it and see everything by commodity and by branch on all of the different lists. And your futures. And that is flat pricing and multiple commodity on the mark to market.